everyone and welcome back to my channel. I'm Alana and in this video you'll be joining me while I do a Reading Rush stay-at-home edition reading vlog. Now I've never participated in a Reading Rush readathon before, but I thought this is the perfect opportunity because we need something to do. So any excuse to read more books I will take, and this will be my experience in doing that. So basically I have 4 days to read 4 books. There was an option to combine prompts if you wanted to, but I wanted to challenge myself, so I will be going for the 4 books over these next 4 days. So it runs from the 16th of April through to the 19th of April, so Thursday through to Sunday, and yeah, here's hoping that I get all my reading plans accomplished. Now these are the books that I have picked to read. I'm going to be picking between either one of these two, but I'll leave that until I get to that book later on in the vlog so we can see what I decide. If you didn't see my TBR video, I'll leave that just up here for you to have a look at. If you want to know why I picked the books that I picked and what books fit what prompts, all of that. So as I'm filming this intro, we're already 3/4 of the way through the first day and not much reading has been done. As for what I think I might decide to read first, I am leaning towards Evermore by Sarah Holland. This is the second book in a duology. The first book, Everless, looks a bit like this, and I'm loving these covers. They are beautiful. Also, the end papers in these, like, they are insane. So I'll be picking up the second book in this series today, hopefully at some point, and we'll go from there. And I'm just really feeling like a YA fantasy easy sort of read at the moment. I haven't picked up a YA fantasy in a hot minute, so I think this will be really good, and I'm hoping it will be an entertaining and fast-paced read. So yeah, I'm very excited to get around to these books, and this could either go really, really well or it could be a flaming hot mess. So stick around if you want to find out whether I succeed or fail miserably. Here we go. Hello, this is just a little update to say that I think I might need a nap and that my sleeping pattern is out of whack, and then I went and had a takeaway feast for lunch, which isn't a usual thing, and now I think I'm like hungover with carbs and bread and potato. So that could disrupt my reading plans a little bit, because I think if I stay on this couch for any longer, I'm gonna end up falling asleep. So I started with Evermore, as you saw, and I am up to page 24, so I'm not even very far in, but I'm liking it. I had to briefly Google what happened in the first book because I read that like 2 years ago, I want to say. It's been a while. And in the first chapter I was like, I don't remember any of these people, but now I know. So we are back on track, but I think I need to get up and do something. Not the greatest start to this really quick Reading Rush readathon because I only have 4 days to read 4 books, and today I've spent most of the day running essential errands and not powering through this book. So it's currently 3:45. Let's see how I go. Uh-oh, cloudy boys. And welcome to Friday. It is currently about 8:20 in the morning, and yesterday was a bit of a fail. I think I only ended up getting, I only got up to chapter 6 last night, which is page 70, and considering I'm meant to be reading a book a day, that was bad. So this morning I didn't sleep in. I got up, I washed my hair, which is this mess here, made myself a coffee, and I'm going to read for hopefully the next hour. As for my plans for today, I have a giant pile of washing that I need to put away. Just been sitting there for too long now. And I also have a vlog that I need to upload today, which I need to finish editing, which I'm only about not even halfway through. So I've got to do those two things and of course take Evie for her daily walk and then just self-isolate like everyone else. So I should be able to read some more of this book in between all of that. Fingers crossed that I do. If I'm feeling like I'm too far behind, I'm going to pick up Amulet, which is the graphic novel that I've chosen for this readathon, and just power through that because I know that that will make me feel like I'm achieving my 4-book goal. Happy reading. Oh, also, just before I start my little chunk of reading, can I just say that I don't remember this main character being so stupid? I really liked Jules in the first book, but in this one, she just made some really weird decisions earlier on. There was this whole scene in the last 2 chapters that just didn't really make a whole bunch of sense, which I'm hoping will make more sense later on, but yeah, Jules, maybe get your shit together. Also, how nice is my signed bookmark that I got in, I think, a subscription box. I think it was Unicorn Crate. Alright, here we go. And my lunch is ready. Hello, it is now 2:30 and look at the progress that I have made. I'm now up to page 207 and this book is... it's okay. I thought I'd love it more than what I am. There's just a few little things which are quite like YA fantasy type issues that are sort of appearing, but I'm still liking parts of the story, so that's good. I am about to have some lunch, and I just thought I'd show you as well my bullet journaling plans. As you have probably seen in my TBR video for this, I have this very handy Stay Home Reading Rush page. My microwave is very bossy. But anyway, I have a Reading Rush page in my bullet journal, but I haven't yet filled it out. So not all of these book covers are for that. Some of that is for ours as well, but I feel like doing some journaling. So I'm gonna stop reading and do some of that instead because I feel like I've made quite a bit of progress. Like, I'm about 3/4 of the way through this bad boy now. So success in that. And yeah, I'm gonna do some of this after I have some lunch. Welcome back to the couch. It's Saturday and I'm failing miserably. As you just saw, I took Evie around to my friend's house to play with her dogs because I've been feeling really bad lately. Like, Evie hasn't been able to see her friends and I haven't been able to see mine, and we're all safe and everything, so they had a great time and so did I. So now, of course, we are both laying on the couch because we're tired. There was a lot of sun. I'm not built for the sun. So, had some lunch and I have about 40 pages of this to go. Yes, I'm still on my first book. Yes, I'm still slightly hopeful that I can pull this off. And by this, I mean the whole readathon. I think I can get at least 3 books finished, but it's not looking so good at the moment. So last night, I finished up on page 300, and then I proceeded to fall asleep on the lounge. Right in this spot, actually. So I want to get this one finished now while I'm on the couch doing a whole bunch of nothing. And yeah, we'll see how we go. Also, here's Evie for you. This is our current view. My book and my baby girl. Okay, it's about half an hour or so later. And I finished my first book for this Reading Rush readathon, and I'm underwhelmed. I'm sad to say that this was a disappointment. I was really looking forward to this book. I loved the first one, but I don't know. Have my reading taste changed that much? Or was this not as good as the first one? Or is it because I made myself read it faster? Or what? But yeah, not a fan. I'd say I'd probably give this like a 2.5, maybe a 3 stars out of 5. Not good. But first book of this readathon is done. It's already day 3, so I'm very behind. I think it's graphic novel time, which means that I need to read that in the same spot. And if it's going to be here on this couch, I need snacks. Wish me luck. Okay, believe it or not, I did just leave the couch, but I didn't take you with me. I checked on Evie to see what she was up to. She was laying in the pot plant outside, like you do. I got a snack, which is literally just some cherry tomatoes, yum, some water, and I also brought my last 3 books that I need to read into the lounge room with me, because I figure this is what I'm hoping to smash out right now. It's a graphic novel. Shouldn't be too hard. In case I'm not feeling it, my other options are here as well. My plan for the readathon was to read like a couple of stories out of this every day. I haven't picked it up yet. So, like I said, this readathon vlog is a hot mess, and this whole experience has been a bit of a hot mess as well. Things didn't go to plan, but we still have all of tomorrow and the rest of tonight to try and salvage it. Can I do it? Maybe. Oh, let's just appreciate how beautiful that first page spread is. The art in this is amazing. Okay, reading time. How great are graphic novels? It's been half an hour, maybe. I don't actually know. I haven't really been keeping track of time. Hasn't been that long. And look at that. I am already halfway to 3/4 of the way through. So, thank you, graphic novel. Also, I don't know if I mentioned, but this is the 3rd book in the Amulet graphic novels series. And it's beautiful and fun and adventure-filled and action-packed, and I'm having a great time. I'll let you know when I finish. Finished! Yay! That was very easy to get through. It's a great fun story, full of adventure and plot and adventure. And yeah, I'm feeling more accomplished, like I knew I would once I had this 2nd book finished. This book fulfills the prompt for reading a book in the same spot the entire time. Literally have not moved from this couch. That prompt's done. Evermore fulfilled the prompt for a book with a house on the cover. Even though it was a castle, I'm still counting it. So now I only have 2 prompts to go, and that is a book that will make you smile and also a book that features a place you would like to go. So I'm feeling okay. It's day 3. I've completed 2 books now, and I just have 2 more to go. Do I need another snack? Maybe. Alrighty, I will update you later. Oh dear. I think I need a reading break. Also, the sun is in the process of setting, which means that I have literally just been on the couch for the last 3 hours, 4 hours reading, which is great because I am killing this readathon right now, but it's also making me a little bit sleepy and I need a break. So let me just fill you in of where I got up to. I swear I don't always look like a hot mess. It's just when you don't have to leave the house, it turns out you don't have to wear makeup or do your hair nice. So apologies that this has been what you've been seeing for this entire vlog. But anyway, as you saw, I finished Amulet, and I have since picked up English Fairy Tales and Legends by Rosalind Curvin. I got this in England, I want to say in 2013, I think it was. So a long time ago. I got this one and another one by the same author, and they've just been sitting on my shelves. Once again, it's that age-old tale of saying that I love mythology and fairy tales and stuff, and I buy the collections and I never get around to reading them. But look at me go, because here is my progress. So there are two different bookmarks because this is actually a really cool collection where it tells you the tale and then towards the end of the book it gives you origins of the tales, where this author got those from, like what their sources were, and also like different editions of the stories as well. I don't know, it's really cool, so I'm enjoying it. I'm up to Robin Hood and the Golden Arrow, and that is page 60. So I'm up to page 60, but like I said, I'm also reading the origins of the stories after I finish the story themselves, just to put it all into my brain. And I'm actually really enjoying it, which is good because this book is for the challenge of picking a book that makes you smile, which it is so far. So that's where I'm currently up to. I'm feeling more fulfilled in this readathon now, if you couldn't tell. I feel like I've hit my second wind and everything could work out fine. But as for right now, I need a little bit of a break, so I don't know if I should make some cookies or if I should just make dinner. I should really be editing some videos, but I don't feel like doing that, so I'm gonna procrastinate instead. Morning and welcome back. It is Sunday, which means this is the last day of the Stay Home reading rush and also the last opportunity for me to finish my very last pick, which is The Gravity of Us by Phil Stamper. Evie and I have decided to set up on a throw rug just here. Say hello. Say good morning. She looks huge beside me at the moment, but she's actually closer to the camera. She's not like one of those giant ass dogs. But anyway, I have a plan. Basically, I have set a little marker for the first 100 pages, and when I get to that, I can get up and go and do something else. Now, at the moment, I'm only 20 pages in, and I'm already feeling a little bit restless. It's also about 11 a.m., so I really need to get chunks of this done, but I also have other things to do today, which is why I've set the marker, because when I get to this, I can go and put my clothes away, or I can maybe play some Sims, or I can finally finish editing some other videos. But as of right now, I really need to get reading. Also, the fairy tales book that I was reading, I left off last night with about this much to go, and I finished that this morning. So it's just this one left. If you're wondering what this one is about, I'll just quickly read the back. It just says, a successful social media journalist with 500,000 followers, 17-year-old Cal is used to sharing his life online. But when his pilot father is selected for a highly publicized NASA mission to Mars, Cal and his family relocate from Brooklyn to Houston and are thrust into a media circus. So I picked this one for the place that I'd like to visit / go prompt, and basically it just sounds like there will be hopefully a cute romance between Cal and another one of the Astro kids, Leon, and there's a truth that might need to be revealed, and first love and self-doubt. I'm expecting to really love this one, so I need to start reading it, but I am nearly burnt out because I have just read 3 books in 3 days, but we can do it. So here we go. Okay, so I just got up to page 100, so I've reached my first marker, so I should probably set that up for page 200. It is nearly 2:30, so that took me about an hour and 20 minutes to read 100 pages. I can't believe we're already at lunchtime. I am a little bit stressed, but it will be fine. So far, I'm liking this story. It's not something that I would usually gravitate towards with the whole journalism aspect and the space astronaut side of the story, but I am liking it. So yeah, time for lunch and then an activity that is not reading for at least an hour and a half, and then I will jump back into this. All right. if you're wondering if I've left this room today, the answer is no. It's currently 3:22 in the afternoon to be exact, and I have just finished editing my Ours Readathon Part 1 video, which I will hopefully be able to put up tonight. I've been meaning to get this finished for ages and I've just been putting it off. But anyway, it's probably going to take about 1 billion years to export and then about another 50,000 or odd years to upload onto YouTube, which means I now have some time to read again, and I'm hoping to get about 40 minutes of reading in right now, and then I might take Evie for a walk, and then I can come back and do my other chores that I had on for today. I'm estimating that I can probably read about 50 or so pages of the book, so fingers crossed that that actually happens, because I am a little bit behind with reading it, and I can't stay up till midnight finishing the book because I actually return to work tomorrow. So that's the current situation, and I guess I will update you later on. Just kidding, it's only going to take 2 hours to export. Yeah. So it's a little while later. The reading rush has officially ended as of a few days ago, and I'm finally getting around to filming my little wrap-up portion of this video. Now, the main question, did I finish all 4 books in the 4 days of this readathon? And the answer is yes, I did. I actually completed The Gravity of Us a few hours out from midnight. I think I finished it around 10:30 at night on Sunday night. But all in all, I accomplished everything that I set out to do, and I'm very, very happy with that. As for my reading experiences with these books, that was where everything was a little bit skewed and not what I was expecting. So I'm just going to go through and tell you my ratings for all these books and recap my thoughts on them very, very briefly, and to tell you what was my least favourite through to my favourite. So, coming in at number 4, Evermore by Sarah Holland. I ended up giving this one a 2.5 stars, and I'm very, very sad about this. This was the book that I thought would actually be my favourite of this entire readathon, but as you can see, that wasn't the case. I really like the first book in this duology, but I don't know if it's just been a few years and if my reading tastes are changing, or if the second book just wasn't as good as the first one, or if it was just because I was forcing myself to read it when maybe I should have put it down and given it a bit of a break. But the main character made stupid decisions. There were just whole sections of the book that felt like the author was just trying to jump from one plot point to the next. So it was like the scaffolding was there, but it wasn't well furnished. Weird metaphor, but you get what I mean. Yeah, I've actually written in my little reading rush section of my bullet journal, sequel felt like the bare bones of the story, didn't take its time to delve into certain points as much as I've liked. Main character made stupid decisions and just seemed to pinball from plot point to plot point, a letdown. So, I mean, I really wanted to like this, and the fact that I didn't was a bit sad, but you can't have it all. That was my experience with that one. Coming in at number 3 was The Gravity of Us by Phil Stamper. This one was a bit tricky. It's a YA contemporary, there's a male-male romance, and I was really keen for all of those aspects, but what I didn't really bank on was the fact that there was a heavy journalism presence and also like a semi sort of space setting with his parent going off to be a pilot for NASA. Those two things didn't interest me a whole lot in this book, and it just so happened that they were some of the 2 main themes in the book. So I think this is more a case of it wasn't really my cup of tea and it wasn't the book's fault. I will say though that I found the romance aspect to this to be very insta-lovey, and also the main character, it took over his mind a lot. There were just certain instances in this one where it felt like he was just obsessing over this boy and it didn't fit that moment. Again, that just fits into the insta-love, but not terrible overall. I think this one ended up getting a 3 to 3.5 stars for me. I also pointed out in my notes that the main character was very intense when it came to the love interests, but that one of the good points of this story was that there was some pretty good representation for depression and people dealing with depression in this one. I liked how that was woven into the story because it just added more to one of the side characters that struggles with that, and that part really pulled it through for me. My second favourite for this readathon was Amulet number 3. This was just super quick, super easy, and I like where the story's going. There's more of an ominous sort of tone towards the end, so I am keen to get into book number 4 for this. And yeah, it was just a fun, action-packed adventure read, and that was all I was looking for with it. So I just think it was a great selection for this readathon because it made me feel like I was accomplishing the goals that I'd set. And I think you can really tell looking back on this vlog the point where I read this and then I get my second wind and I just start feeling good about the readathon again. So I'm really thankful for this one for doing that for me, and I gave it 3.5 stars, which leaves this one as my favorite book of the readathon. This is English Fairy Tales and Legends, and to be honest, I thought that this one would be my least favorite of the readathon, mainly just because I don't read short story collections very often, and this being a collection of English fairy tales, I just thought that I would get bored really quick and I wouldn't want to finish it, and I would struggle with this one the most, which wasn't actually the case. I loved the insights that we get into the stories through the origin part of it. So there's actually like a notes and sources section at the back, and the author explains where the tale came from, who her sources were, and also the influences behind the tales for the time periods that they were written. And that was just really well fleshed out and a real delight to read and get into. I also noted that this would be a good book for those that want to know where certain tales come from, and is just a great reference book for those that might be studying fairy tale origins and things like that. This one I gave a 4 stars, so it was a complete surprise for me. Like I said, thought it'd be my least favourite, turned out to be my favourite. Just following on with that expectation of what I thought would be my favourite and wasn't, how this is stacked is actually the reverse of what I thought. So I thought this would be my favourite, and then this, and then this, and then this. It ended up being the complete opposite, and I don't actually mind that. I like that this readathon made me pick up some books that have been on my shelves for ages that I haven't picked up ever. I like that it got me reading a new release and also finishing off a duology that I've been meaning to finish off for ages, plus a fun little graphic novel in there too. So I'm very pleased with how this readathon went, and I'm really glad that I completed all my goals. So that's going to be it for this readathon vlog. I'd love to know down below if you are thinking of participating in any readathons in the next couple of months. Let me know what they are and what you intend to pick up. And yeah, leave a like on this video if you haven't already. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more content from me in the future. I'm currently working on my Owls Readathon Part 2 vlog, so keep an eye out for that. And that's all I have time for you today, so I will see you in my next one. Bye!